The rain hammered Manhattan's financial district as Vincent Moretti stepped from the glass tower at 11:47. His 6'2" frame moved with the confidence of a man who owned half the city. His tailored Brioni suit, pristine, beneath his driver's umbrella. The emerald green of his eyes, cold, calculating, reflected the neon lights as he checked his Patek Philippe. Another deal closed, another empty victory. Behind him, 3 bodyguards flanked Marco, his bald second-in-command whose hand never strayed far from the gun beneath his jacket. They just secured 3 more blocks from the Castellano family. Business as usual for Vincent Moretti, the man who'd built an empire on fear before turning 32. But 6 years of success couldn't fill the void Sophia Chen had left when she'd vanished without explanation. 6 years of searching, of seeing her face in crowds, of reaching for her in those confused moments after waking. The loneliness had hardened into something cold and dangerous inside him. His men whispered that Vincent Moretti had no heart anymore. They weren't wrong. He was reaching for his Mercedes when he heard it. "Sir? Sir, please." The voice was small, barely audible above the storm, but it cut through everything like a blade. Vincent's hand froze. Something in that desperate, brave voice made every instinct scream at him to pay attention. Marco moved to block him, the other guards reaching for weapons. Children had been used as distractions before, but Vincent raised his hand sharply, because he'd seen her. A little girl stood on the rain-slicked sidewalk, soaking wet in a thin pink jacket over cartoon pajamas. Her dark hair hung in bedraggled braids. She clutched a worn, stuffed rabbit to her chest, trembling. She couldn't have been more than 5, but it was her eyes that stopped his heart. Emerald green, striking, vivid, unmistakable. The exact shade Vincent saw in the mirror every morning. Time slowed, the rain faded, the city disappeared. There was only this little girl with his eyes, staring up at him with terror and desperate hope. "Please, sir," she said, tears mixing with rain. "Mama won't wake up. She's on the floor and she won't answer me. I don't know what to do." Vincent's mouth went dry. His knees felt weak as he crouched down, bringing himself to her level, his expensive suit forgotten as his knees hit wet pavement. "What's your name, Piccola?" His voice came out rough, scraped raw by sudden emotion. "Twana Emma." She wiped her nose with her sleeve. "Emma Williams. Mama says I should never bother you, but I didn't know who else to ask. I tried to wake her up, but she won't open her eyes." "Your mother," Vincent interrupted, his heart hammering. "What's her name?" Emma's green eyes, his eyes, met his directly. Sophia Chen." The world tilted. Vincent's vision went white at the edges. He heard Marco's sharp breath behind him, heard someone swear in Italian. His hands shook as he touched Emma's wet hair, half expecting her to disappear like a ghost. But she was solid, real, warm despite the rain, and she had his eyes. 6 years. Sophia had been gone for 6 years, and this child was 5 years old. "Show me," Vincent said, barely a whisper. Then louder, urgent. "Show me right now. Take me to her." Emma grabbed his hand with surprising strength and pulled him down the sidewalk. "This way. Please hurry." Vincent followed, Emma's small hand in his world narrowing to those impossible green eyes that matched his own. Behind them, the Mercedes crawled along, Marco speaking quietly into his phone about medical teams and background checks. The neighborhood shifted from luxury high-rises to older buildings, then to walk-ups that had seen better decades, where people struggled, where they worked themselves to death just to survive, where Sophia had apparently been surviving without him. "Mama works 3 jobs, Emma said as she led him around a corner. "She's always tired. She falls asleep on the couch before dinner sometimes." Vincent's jaw clenched. 3 jobs? She cleans offices at night, works at the hospital during the day, and waits tables on weekends. Emma stumbled over a crack, and Vincent's hand tightened protectively. "She says we're saving for a better apartment with 2 bedrooms. The vice around Vincent's chest tightened. "She coughs a lot now. The medicine makes her sleepy, but sometimes she doesn't take it because we need money for my school supplies." Emma looked up at him, rain streaming down her face. "Are you the man in the picture? The one Mama cries over at night?" Vincent couldn't breathe. Sophia had kept a picture, had looked at it, had cried. "Here," Emma said, stopping at a narrow brownstone. The security door hung crooked, the lock broken. Third floor, apartment 3B. She pulled a key on a string from around her neck as Vincent took the stairs two at a time. At 3B, Emma fumbled with the lock, though her hands shaking too badly. "Let me," Vincent said gently, taking the key. The apartment was tiny, 500 square feet, but painfully clean. Children's drawings covered one wall. A small Christmas tree sat in the corner with homemade ornaments. A worn couch faced an ancient television, and on the floor lay Sophia Chen. Vincent's breath left him. She was thin, far thinner than he remembered. Her long black hair pulled back messily. She wore nursing scrubs dark with sweat. Even from the doorway, he could see her grayish pallor, the medical alert bracelet on her wrist. "Mama!" Emma dropped beside Sophia, shaking her shoulder. "Mama, I brought help!" Vincent crossed the apartment in 3 strides and knelt beside Sophia, checking her pulse. Weak but steady, her skin burned with fever. "Marco, 911. Now!" "I get my doctor to Mount Sinai." "Already calling," Marco said. Vincent's gaze swept the apartment. Medical bills scattered everywhere. Past due, empty prescription bottles, a calendar with impossible work schedules. Photos on the wall showing Emma's growth. Newborn 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every milestone without him, and tucked in one frame. Vincent and Sophia together at a gallery opening, both laughing. The night they'd met, the night he'd fallen in love. "I tried to wake her up," Emma said, her voice breaking. "Is Mama going to die?" Vincent pulled Emma close. "No, Piccola, I promise you, no." "Paramedics 3 minutes out," Marco said. "Boss, the lockbox." Marco held a small metal box he'd found under the couch. Inside were letters, envelopes in Sophia's handwriting, addressed to Vincent, all sealed, all unsent. Vincent took them with shaking hands. 5 letters dated over 6 years. He opened the first, dated 6 years ago. "Vincent, I'm pregnant." But then they came. 3 men who knew about us, about the baby. They said if I stayed with you, they'd kill our child the moment she was born. They showed me what happened to Marco's sister's family. I can't let that happen to our baby, so I'm leaving, disappearing. If you never know, maybe she'll be safe. I'm sorry, I love you, but I love our daughter more. Vincent's hands shook so badly the paper rattled. His own daughter didn't know him because Sophia had sacrificed everything to keep her safe from the monsters in his world. The monsters he'd become. Sirens wailed closer. Paramedics thundered up the stairs. "Female 30, unconscious, fever 104. She has lupus," Vincent said, his voice cutting through chaos. "Severe, kidney involvement, missed dialysis appointments. Check her bracelet." The lead paramedic glanced at Vincent. "You family?" Vincent looked at Emma, at the child with his eyes, his stubborn chin. "Yes, I'm the father." Emma's head whipped up, shock and hope flooding her face. They loaded Sophia onto a stretcher. Vincent scooped Emma up and followed. In the car, Emma whispered, "Are you really my daddy?" Vincent's heart cracked open. "Yes, Piccola, I'm your father, and I'm never leaving you again." Emma buried her face in his chest and cried, relief and grief for lost years. At Mount Sinai, Emma fell asleep in Vincent's lap while he held vigil. Dr. Martinez appeared with the report, critical condition, significant kidney damage, severe infection, $327,000 in medical debt. "Pay it off," Vincent said. All of it. Get her the best nephrologist in the country." When Sophia woke, her eyes found Emma first, then Vincent. Tears spilled over. "Vincent, I'm so sorry." 6 years, Vincent said quietly. 6 years you kept her from me. "They threatened to kill her," Sophia whispered. "I saw what your world does to the people you love. I made a choice. You made the wrong choice." "Did I?" Sophia met his eyes. "Look at her. She's alive, healthy, never seen violence. She's had a childhood. Would she have had that in your world?" Vincent looked at Emma. "No, she wouldn't have." Emma looked between them. "Are you fighting?" "No, Piccola," Vincent said, touching Emma's back. "I'm just sad I didn't meet you sooner." But you're here now, Emma said simply. Mama says people who show up are the ones who love you. A social worker appeared. When I'm Jennifer Walsh. There's no father on Emma's birth certificate. She'll need foster placement. No, Sophia said. He's her father, Vincent Moretti. You can do a DNA test. Vincent stepped forward. I'll do whatever it takes. Background checks, home visits, legal proceedings. That's my daughter. She's not going to strangers. Ms. Walsh studied them. Temporary emergency placement, 72 hours, daily check-ins. But Mr. Moretti, your reputation complicates this. Any sign of danger, and I remove her immediately. Understood. Emma looked at Vincent seriously. Will you teach me to read and make me breakfast that's not burned? Vincent's throat closed. Yes, anything you want. Then okay. After Ms. Walsh left, Vincent told Sophia, I'm not losing her. Or you. Whatever needs to change, it changes. You can't walk away from what you are. Watch me. Vincent leaned close. I spent 6 years half alive. Tonight I found out I have a daughter. I've missed 5 years. I'm not missing another day. Whatever I have to give up, I'm doing it. For her. For you. Sophia's hand found his. Okay. At dawn, Marco came with files. Boss, the Castellano deal. Cancel it. Cancel everything. I'm out, Marco. Find someone else. You can't be serious. My daughter's safety is worth more than any territory, more than any empire. Vincent looked at Emma sleeping. She asked me to teach her to read, to make her breakfast. I'm not missing that for anyone. Marco studied him, then nodded. You'll need private security, I know, guys. Thank you. Emma stirred, opened those green eyes. Daddy, yet you're still here. I told you, Vincent said gently. I'm not going anywhere. Emma smiled, her first real smile, and Vincent felt his heart restart, reformed into something he'd protect with his last breath. His daughter, his family, worth more than any empire, worth everything.